unboxing time. Hey guys, it's Rory with searchinchart.com, and as you can see, there is an iPhone in front of me, and it's the brand new iPhone 11. Now, it's been a while since I've actually unboxed an Apple product, I think. I don't know if I've ever done it on camera before. From what I've heard, it's actually a pretty nice unboxing experience. So yeah, let's get started. So if we were to look at the box, this is the 256 gig model, and it comes in green. Anyway, this is the iPhone 11, which is actually the replacement for the iPhone XR, so it's not like the Pro version, because the Pro version is the iPhone 11 Pro. Oh, okay. Handy dandy pull strap. Oh wow, it just like... And if we pop the lid... Oh, look, there's like a little cutout here for the camera, because you already know that the camera bump is way too big. And the phone is here, but we will put that aside first. We'll touch on that a little later. Designed by Apple in California. It's like some paperwork inside. I'm not gonna read that. You have earpods. Not to be confused with AirPods, because these are not over the air. We have a power brick. This power brick is 5 volt 1 amp 5V1A. Can you believe it? Like, dude, 2019. And then finally, you have the lightning cable. Little tabs. So this is still lightning to USB Type A. It's not USB Type C. Okay, we'll put this aside. All of this goes there. And now for the star of the show. So this is the iPhone 11. What? And we're gonna get to the best part, which is But yeah, this is the iPhone 11, and it is one of the latest iPhones that Apple has released. Despite its name being just the iPhone 11, it's actually designed to replace the iPhone XR. So you can see that the build and the size is actually a little bit different compared to the slightly taller 11 Pro versions. And now this smartphone comes in a whole bunch of new pastel colors, which I actually think look really good. So this one is a kind of green. What green is it actually? Hang on. Oh, it's just green. Yeah, so it's like this mint green kind of look. Honestly, it looks really good. I have to say all the colors look pretty good. And it's like, you know, why can't other phone makers make colors this nice? Apple, you've done a good job with the colors here. Anyway, we're going to turn the phone on and we're going to take a look at what's inside. Okay, so I've just set up the iPhone 11, and I have to say that I'm not a big fan of the bezels. Like, ooh. So inside, it's got a brand new Apple A13 Bionic chip with like a 3rd gen neural processor. So that sounds really cool on paper, but basically it should also mean that you get a much better performance out of this smartphone. What's more, it also has better battery life. It can last 1 hour longer than the previous iPhone XR, which is pretty good, since the iPhone XR actually has already really good battery life. Now, of course, swiping around like this, you know, I can't really tell whether the new processor is like a whole lot faster. If anything, you'll only be able to notice like the performance difference when you actually use it for maybe like a year, or it's towards the end of the life of the device that you'll start noticing the difference between like an A13 and the already very capable A12. Despite the new colors though, the body is actually pretty much exactly the same. So I have an iPhone XR and it looks pretty much exactly the same in terms of like dimensions. It's like the same height, the same width, the same sort of feel in the hand. Maybe the 11 is a little bit heavier. Not really something you'd notice though. So the body is pretty much the same, and that's not really a bad thing because the iPhone XR actually has a really good body already. You know, it has a nice aluminum frame, it's got glass on the front and back, and this apparently is the toughest glass on any smartphone again. So it should be relatively durable, I guess, but if you're worried about scratching and cracking, you might want a case or a skin. Unfortunately though, the 11 also shares one thing that I really don't like about the iPhone XR, and that is its 6.1-inch liquid retina display. So it's the same, pretty much the same display as the iPhone XR. It has the same contrast ratio, it has the same size, it looks pretty much the same, and that also means that it is still not even a full HD panel. It is a 1792 by 828 pixels. So it's a little higher than like 720p or even HD+, but it's still not quite full HD. That means your PPI is still 326, which is like the minimum for Retina displays. Now I know this will probably split a lot of people, like, you know, some people are like, oh, it doesn't matter, you know, because the screen, it still looks good anyway. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, if you don't like pixel peep, I guess, it looks okay. It has nice colors, pretty good viewing angles, but you know, come on, it's like a 3,000 plus ringgit smartphone. Couldn't you have given me a full HD screen? Especially since everything else about it seems really good. But you know, people have already made all these comments, you know, when the XR came out. So I'm not gonna dwell on it anymore, okay? Because I'm actually more excited to check out this brand new camera system. So unlike the XR, which only has one camera, this has two. So you have the standard 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture main camera, wide camera, and you have a secondary ultra wide f2.4 12 megapixel camera for ultra wide shots. Now that might sound pretty normal, right? But of course this is Apple, so they're gonna do Apple-y things to it. That means that they've actually apparently spent a lot of effort and time, you know, calibrating these cameras, finding the optimum position to put them so that you don't get like parallax error, and then, you know, they're also using like their neural engine and like smart people stuff to sort of arrange it so that, you know, if let's say an object is centered in the normal wide angle one, when you zoom out, it's still centered. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, so I'm gonna try it right now. I'm gonna take a photo, or two, maybe three. Ooh. I'm gonna take a photo of my camera guy here, Mr. Zachary Yoon. And then I'm gonna switch to the wide angle. Ooh. Which, by the way, when you say switch to the wide angle, it's not supposed to just be called switch to the wide angle. Apple calls it 2 times zoom out. Never change, Apple, never change. I mean, the photos, they look alright, but I mean, this is like really weird lighting because this part is really bright, but then in front where Zach actually is like really dark. One other new thing that this camera can do though is that Apple has finally brought night mode into the iPhone. So we've seen night mode on Huawei devices, we've seen night sight on Google devices, even Samsung has night mode now, and it's finally time for Apple to do it. But the problem is, I've heard that it only triggers automatically, so you can't manually turn it on. There's no night mode. Oh, okay. So it is automatic, so I can't actually turn it on. But if I hold it up in like, I guess a dark enough scene, it should detect, like there's this little icon that appears. Oh, can you see that little icon here? That one? That is night mode. So if you want to like fine-tune the night mode settings, you pull up and you see if I make it dark. Oh, it's there. When I tap on it, it lets me actually adjust how long I want to expose it for. A couple of things to note. It is a lot sharper than the first photo that I took just now, but it's not quite as aggressive as like Huawei's is. And now we're gonna move on to the selfie, because the iPhone 11 also has a brand new 12 megapixel selfie camera. Yes, it's not single digit, it's not 7, it's 12 now. So apparently it's gonna be pretty good, or at least it should be pretty good. Ooh, it also does like a slightly wider version. So I'm gonna take a normal one. And we're gonna take like a slightly wider one. Oh. So now that it has a 12 megapixel selfie camera, it actually can do a lot more than the previous 7 megapixel camera on the XR. It can now shoot 4K selfie videos and something called slowfie, or I think it's called slowfie. Basically, it's a slow-mo video with your front-facing camera, which I'm gonna try now. Let's go. Did it work? Oh my god! Besides the obvious upgrades like, a better camera, better performance, Apple has also made a couple of smaller but I would say very nice quality of life updates too. So one of it is that they updated the speakers. So the stereo speakers on the smartphone apparently now are better and have something called spatial audio.
It's Alex from StoryChinchat.com and here's my first impressions after Huawei Mate 30 Pro.
I mean, they sound good. It sounds really nicely balanced between left and right. There is, I think the term is called stereo separation. Okay, besides the new speakers, water resistance has also been updated, so now it is IP68 instead of IP67. That means this can go into water of depth up to 2 meters or down to 2 meters for up to 30 minutes. And yeah, that's it. Those are the major updates that Apple has made to this. But honestly, I think the most interesting thing, or the thing that I like most about this smartphone, besides the actually really nice colors, is the fact that this new entry-level smartphone, spec for spec, is 200 ringgit cheaper than the previous entry-level iPhone XR. It's a more affordable phone at launch than this one was at launch, but it is a much better phone. So it's kind of weird, right? Apple's smartphones being more affordable. I mean, it's still expensive. It's still like 3,399 ringgit, but it's 200 bucks off. That's like a lot. That's like a quarter of AirPods. Honestly, I'm pretty excited about this smartphone. I think maybe even more excited about this smartphone than the Pro version, because this is the one that everyone's gonna buy. Whether you'd want to upgrade to the iPhone 11 from the iPhone XR, I don't know. As far as performance is right now and what you can do with the smartphone, the two of them are very similar. But that's it. Those are my thoughts and initial hands-on with the iPhone 11, the new one in this really nice green. Did I tell you how much I like this green color? But there's also a purple one that actually looks really nice. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think of the iPhone 11? Is it like sacrilegious to call it the 11? Should they have called it the 11R? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, if you would like to see me unbox the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Max Pro? Pro Max. Let me know that in the comments below too. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and for everything Apple and other manufacturers too, keep your browser locked to StoryChinchat.com. In the meantime, if you want to check out our latest video, it's over here. If you want to check out our other really cool video, it's over here. That's it. I'm Rory. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.